let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by TJ Vance. And TJ Vance writes, have you had the chance to see the Nobody trailer? Yet? If yes, I would love to hear your reaction. I'm excited Bob Odenkirk is getting the John Wick treatment also. Do you think it will play in theaters in February or go the on-demand route? You know, right now, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this. I'm really not. I don't have any indication yet. I didn't really look into it about whether or not it's going to go the straight to streaming route or not. So I'm not really sure about that, to be honest. I was just kind of taken with the trailer itself. Now, for those you haven't seen, there's this new movie coming out, Bob Odenkirk. And if you have seen it, a lot of people kind of commented that it seemed a little bit like a John Wick ripoff, right? And frankly, that is fair. When you watch the Nobody trailer, you'd have to be partially blind not to recognize and see that this has a lot of John Wickisms in it, like a lot of John Wickisms in it, for sure. Both in its style and in its substance, it felt a lot like John Wick. Well, there's a reason for that. It's done by the same guys who do John Wick. This comes to us from the folks at Screen Rant who write, nearly 3 years after the film's initial announcement, remember, it was a long time ago that they announced this film, audiences now get a look at the first Red Band Nobody trailer, which shows Odenkirk, who of course plays Saul in Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, which shows Odenkirk stepping directly into the gun-wielding, ultra-violent shoes of prolific hitman John Wick. Nobody was written by Derek Kolstad, who penned the scripts for all 3 John Wick movies, and is produced by David Leitch, a co-director of the first John Wick, alongside Chad Stahelski. So look, if you watched this trailer and you felt like this feels an awful lot like John Wick, well, there you go. And you know what? It completely does. It completely does. This feels like a self-ripoff of John Wick. I don't know if they're going to say this movie happens in the same universe as John Wick or not. That would be interesting, I suppose. I don't think they are, but that would be an interesting plot twist, kind of like the end of not Glass. Why am I forgetting the name of the one before Glass? Well, you know, the end of that one, when you realize, oh my gosh, this is in the same universe as Unbreakable. Maybe they'll do the same thing with Nobody. I doubt it, but that would be interesting at any rate. It is kind of a blatant ripoff. Even if it is the same writer and the same co-director, it feels like a bit of a blatant ripoff. But here's the catch. The trailer is so good, I didn't care. The trailer is so good, I simply didn't care that it felt like a ripoff. Seeing Bob Odenkirk, you know, kind of like this nobody, blah, 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 and all of a sudden a switch flips and he's this, what did he call himself? An adjuster or something like that? I can't remember exactly what he called himself, but something along those lines. And then all of a sudden he goes completely into John Wick mode. And I was eating it up. Blatant ripoff? Maybe, but it looked awesome. And at the end of the day, that's all I really care about. And one of the cool things about this too is the fact that you've got Bob Odenkirk himself in it, because Bob Odenkirk, mostly because of the comedy history that he has, but also playing Saul, I don't think we really see him in this kind of a role, right? We don't think of Bob Odenkirk being in playing this kind of a character. And I think that little bit of sticker shock kind of adds to the effectiveness of the trailer. Now, look, I cannot blame you at all. If you were one of the people who are looking at this trailer and saying, nah, it just feels too much like a ripoff to me, so I'm just not going to bother. Listen, I can't blame you because I get it. I do. All I can do is speak for myself and say the trailer was so good, it overrode that for me anyway. Question is, guys, what do you think about this trailer for Nobody if you've seen it already? Do you think like it feels a little too much like a John Wick ripoff? Do you not really care about it like I don't really care about it? Maybe you just didn't think the trailer was all that good. What are your thoughts? Jump down into the comments section below and leave your comments there. All right, guys.